Okay guys, real quick, I just want to say thank you to Abinada and Vladwa. I'm really sorry if I butchered your name, but thank you for suggesting this video. Okay, let's get on with it. What's up guys, it's Marshn cubing here, and today I'm going to be doing some 2x3 advanced F2L walkthrough solves to you guys. So feel free to follow along with the scramble. Yeah, let's get going. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm just going to do white cross for these, and I notice I have my edge here, here, and back here. So what I'm going to do here is, I see that if I insert this edge first, the green and orange will be solved relative to another, so I can do a D prime to solve them. And then I can also solve this by solving the other two relative to another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. So these are both opposite. And then I notice that this piece is here with this piece, so I can do an L prime move, and that also pairs this up to insert with an F prime, and then another L prime, and then D2 to solve the cross. So for F2L, you probably already noticed, but these two right next to each other, so I'm just going to go ahead and insert those. And Scramble is really lucky. This orange and green pair gets paired up too. So I'll insert that. Another thing you can do from this angle is you could hold it in the back and do something like this. That would probably be better because you want to solve your back left pair as soon as possible, just because that's one of the hardest ones to solve. So I'm just going to do something like that. So we were there, and then we do L, U2, L prime. And then, so this is not selected. We have this case in its slot misoriented, which is not a good case. And these two, this one's right here, so this one's doable, where you can do, it's not the case where these two, this and this one match, so you wouldn't be able to do something like that. Something you can do with that is do that same R prime U R, and that pairs them up like this. And then from this angle, I would do a wide F insert. If you don't know what those are, it's you doing something like this, which is wide F. It's wide F R, wide F prime, and then it's basically like doing like an RUR prime but rotated. So I would do something like that, and then yeah, we have this here. So for this case, actually I haven't learned any tricks for this, but I would probably do something like this, take it out, pair it up like that, and then insert it. Okay, so here, of course, I'm going to do white cross on all these. So I notice that this this edge right here is already solved, and this one is 2 moves away, and this one is also 2 moves away because you could do a U2. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to solve these two at the same time by doing something like this. So it pairs up here, and then instead of just doing an L2, I'm going to cancel some moves and do an L U2 to get this one move away, and then solve it like that. And then I would just sledge this other edge in, but you could solve these two at the same time by doing something like that. So yeah, let's just do it like that. And then yeah, so next here, none of these are really good, but I see this red and blue, and then this orange and green. So these are probably actually, well, you can pair these up at the same time by, you can think of it as solving this pair like that, or solving this pair like that. So yeah, so now these two are paired up, and I am going to insert this one, and this one's back right, so you can insert that one. So that was a pretty easy case as well. And then here I see these two, and then I can look ahead. This one is not paired up well, so that's not good, but at least we can change it somehow by solving this. So for this blue and orange, I'll do an R U prime R prime, and then I'll do another wide F insert like in the first solve, just this into the opposite. Let me get these two. So for this one, I'm going to rotate and then just solve them normally. And for this case, I did recognize that this is a winner variation you can do. It's canceling into a back soon, so you can just do that. Okay, this is the third one we have. This one for white is not too good, but I noticed that this pair or this edge is 2 moves from inserting, and this one's 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this one, just like that, and then when I insert this one, the blue will get manipulated to the top, and then we can insert it here, and then insert that one in the back. So it would look like F, and then we can put that in there, and then this is in its correct 1 move way, so we can insert that in the back, and then they're all solved relative to another, so D2, and then the cross is solved. So here, again, this is not really a good case, but that's actually helpful because it's supposed to be advanced. So I would probably do this pair first, just because you can pair them up with 2 moves like that. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'll rotate, insert it in the back. Let's see. For this case, I noticed you could take it out like this and solve it like those two from that case, but what I would do is something like this, so it gets taken out the other way, and then it's a 3-move insert that way. And then we have solved up the front right slot, which is something you don't really want to do early, because then you're kind of limited in R and U moves for F2L for the rest, and you'd have to rotate. So from here, I can see this pair. So for this one, we could do like a hedge slammer with we could do something like a hedge slammer with a cancel to solve that, and that's actually probably the best way to do this. And then we can do a wide F insert again, and then these two again. This one is not in the norm. You can just do something like that. So for this one, the best way to do it is just hide this edge and then pair it up and go back. Okay, so for this one, I noticed that this one is already kind of solved. It's 1 move away from solving it like that, but that basically means it's solved because all these other pieces can be solved relative to it. So this one I can tell can be solved in 2 moves, just like that. And then here, what I would do is, instead of just doing that, which sets up this to a okay spot, but what I would probably do is do something like this and then insert it, but the other way is doable too. And then, so moving on to F2L, I see this pair immediately. Then there's also this pair. So this one's probably the best, although we'd have to insert it into the front right slot, which is something we do want to stay away from in the beginning. But we can rotate and probably make it up because this one can be solved pretty quickly. Next we have either this pair or this pair. This one I can tell can be solved without a rotation because you can hide the corner and move this one over and then insert in the back. And then again, this one can also be solved by rotation, by moving it over to pair it up, and then you can do something like this to get it in the back slot. And then this one can be solved without a rotation as well, just the basic way of doing that. And that was a really good F2L that was rotationless. So this last one, let's see, I noticed that I can solve these two, the green and the blue one. They're already opposites from another, so I can solve those in 2 moves by doing something like this. And I noticed that this orange piece, if I were to insert it here, it would not be solved correctly, because if we were to put this green piece over here, it wouldn't be solved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a U2, and then I could do an F2 B2, but I could also rotate and do an R2 L2. So I'll just do an F2 B2 right now, and then we can do a D prime to finish the cross up. So here I noticed this case, so I would hold it like this and then just do the basic way of solving that into the back. Next we have these two paired up as well, which is again easy. Okay, so now we have these two paired up, but this edge is flipped, and this one also paired up, but the edges flip. So there's basically two ways of doing a case like this. One is to do it a less efficient way, but it also be rotationless from this angle. Would be instead of doing an R prime and U2 to pair those up, that does mess this one up. What you can do is you can do an R U2 and then solve this pair like this, which is rotationless, but from this angle it would probably be best to just hold it like this and then do an R prime U2 R2 U R prime. And then we have this pair, which you can solve instead of manipulating this edge like this corner to solve this. You can do the same thing, but instead of hiding this corner, you can hide the edge doing that, which would be better from that angle. Okay guys, that's it for this video. If you found these tips helpful in any way, subscribing would be very beneficial to the channel, and it does really motivate me to keep uploading videos and tips to help you guys get faster. That's it for now. Bye.